Epic War on America. I'm in my part 3, China Nation Building Projects, Canada. This is a crossroads where we see within that this week Donald J. Trump responding in all kinds of geopolitical answers, including a massive beating on one Quebec pharma. I'm going to go into it today. Today's the day, and I wanted to hold this back to last minute. I'm going to go through slide by slide. Your Prime Minister of Canada, all sources of all Prime Ministers of Canada, all Government of Canada publications through this epic war on America broken down. Today's the day. Everybody, join this at 4 p.m. Eastern. The link is in the title. Click on the link, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. It's for all patriots because this one, we get answers to Canada's aggressive stance with NATO, European Union, and going to war in Ukraine. Why are Canadians being staged there? Why such a push? Why the Palestinian two-state push? Is it really to recognize Palestinians when Canada won't even recognize Quebec, Alberta, or Canadian First Peoples in any meaningful way, running the largest segregation of peoples, subjugation, and dehumanization in modern world history? Oldest running, most evil in the world. But yet on the world stage, they say, hey, we want to save Ukraine's sovereignty. We want to save Palestine. We want to put Canadian troops on the ground in Palestine for a two-state solution. Folks, we have all the answers to Donald J. Trump. And in fact, it all comes out in the Quebec Contour Terminal. I'm going to be hard-pressed to say all that today. My French sucks. But we're going to go through it and what it's all really about. It's so much that you can find ample publications over many decades from the Canadian government on this war on America that began in the 80s. All the mass immigration, everything evil in the world today, these NGOs, the globalists, it all comes down to destroying the 50 states of America. And we highlight Donald J. Trump, the greatness of one president in our modern time, and the reason he's doing everything. If you're a patriot, a freedom fighter, everything is going to come into perspective today, I promise you. Easily found, easily recognized, and at every single turn, the government of Canada and many provinces, we're going to go through those evil, corrupt provinces, spanning conservative and liberal, no punches pulled back. This is for all Americans, especially all politicians at the state level, the 50 states of the Union. Their sovereignty that's on the chopping block on the world stage has been for decades a never-ending war. Many American presidencies have backed down. Cowardice, truly cowardice, but not President Donald J. Trump, who takes all his constitutional power and might and fights like no other president ever in history. We're going to get the answers to Israel, Palestine. We're going to get the answers to Russia, Ukraine. Undeniable. And you're going to see it for what it really is and why. It's for their wealth, their power. Undeniable, irrefutable. And I'm just going to close this out, but how much reading I've done. So, every couple of years, I think everybody gets a new device, a new phone. Well, I'm at that point, my 2 years, and of course, moving on. And I'll tell you, as I've maxed out my phone's storage data, and 112,000 publications, that's on my files. And inside those publications, sure, some range from 8 pages, but some go up to 300 pages. That's the amount of reading I've put in just the last 2 years. And I have saved all my devices as I upgrade every 2 years. But forced to move again. It never lasts. Sorry, folks. I was ready. It'll go scramble here. But if you can make it today, come to the Twitter space. This is real crossroads. I've told you everything's going to get more epic and epic all the way to 5. And this is number 3, middle ground. We've seen Donald J. Trump move in geopolitics this week, all surrounding censorship. That's all it's about. And people wonder why I do it the way I do it. Well, I have no choice. That's the government of Canada and even my regional government, everybody. We're going to go through all that today. I have been already this week leading up to it, but major details. The slideshow's there for everybody. Undeniable evidence that the Trump administration sees. Many states of the union are highlighting and questioning, but it's those federal agencies, that power of president, that really takes it on the world stage. We have answers for Americans who may be doubting Donald J. Trump. It's undeniable now why he does what he does, which narratives he pursues, and why. It's all outlined today. Don't miss this. Get this shared out. Come on X, if you don't have a Twitter account, open one, even if it's just for this, because it's so incredibly important and awakening, really. It's really for all Americans and absolutely all Canadians who know something's wrong with this country, this narrative. We're going to expose all of that. It's going to get pretty hairy, I would think, in the next 3 weeks. I'm already getting a ton of death threats. Benjamin Ebley, I've had some viral posts on the Alberta page, and that one, where people are threatening to kill me. And, I'm used to it, but, this is really lunatic Canadian, and it is scary, because this is the mentality, the institutionalization of Canadians by the federal and provincial crown governments. All the states see it. Donald J. Trump's working at it as only a president can. We're gonna bridge the gap for the 50 states and the federal government of the United States. I'm going to become more American than the American in geopolitics, and I am right there. It's amazing. It's huge. It's epic. And I learned a lot this week. I learned so much, and I'm going to impart all that on everyone who wants to listen, because it's undeniable. Explosive, massive evidence-based, massive from the government of Canada and from the government of said provinces we're going to go into, and why. God bless everybody. See you soon. Bye now.